And after a couple of moments of silence, I hope that Sylvie would be happy to sing for us the words of Yehula Son that are on page 102, May the words of my mouth. We take a couple of moments.
May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, be acceptable to you. O God, my rock and my redeemer, God, my rock and redeemer.
Say shalom bimromah, Uya say shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol bnei Adam. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. 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 Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol bnei Adam. Our liturgy at the foot of this page says that we may continue with prayers and readings on various themes. And this evening we have a special theme that we are adding into our service. And it is a theme about the scroll and the community that it comes from. And so I hope that we will share in leading our way through this as we pause to consider the Czech Torah Scroll that we have from the community of Blatna. So I wonder if I could invite Tina to read the opening passage for us, if you would please. That is now up on screen.
This service weaves two strands of history together for us. One is the continuous strand of Torah, the setting down of the original rules, stories, and history that shaped our people in ancient times. It is the parchment from which much of what makes us Jews emanates. The second strand is of more recent history, the history of the birth, growth, and untimely death of one Jewish congregation, and of the survival of their spirit in the materials that outlived the people. It is the wood that carries life forward from their days to ours. Together, the parchment and the wood form the scroll of our service, the scroll of Torah and the scroll of Blatna. Do you want me to continue?
I invite John or Jackie Morrison to read the second passage.
Jack, could you be quiet, please? Right. Thank you. One event stands out in the historic memory of our people. When God revealed the Torah, no bird chirped, no fowl beat its wings, no ox bellowed. The angels did not sing, the sea did not stir, no creature uttered a sound. The world was silent and still, and the voice spoke, I am the Eternal One, your God. The revelation at Mount Sinai is shrouded by us in the mysteries of antiquity. By this we know that it released a torrent of spiritual energy which transformed Israel into a people of priests and prophets, bringing enlightenment to humanity. It inspires and guides us still, and it will redeem the world. Sinai was only the beginning. The Torah has never ceased to grow. In every age, it has been purified and enlarged. It has a permanent core, but it expands as the horizon of human vision grows.
Thank you, John. And I wonder if Sue or Steve Fenton would be happy to read the next passage.
Want me to read it? O God, remember not only the men and women of goodwill.
Sorry, could I just take you back one?
Oh, sorry.
Blatna.
Blatna is a town in Bohemia and Moravia, which is now in the Czech Republic, but used to be part of a bigger country called Czechoslovakia. Blatna is about 95 kilometers south of the capital city, Prague. Before the Second World War, from 1939 to 1945, there were over 117,000 Jews living in towns and villages in Bohemia and Moravia. They worked, studied, went to schools and universities. The children played happily. Jewish life flourished, and there were more than 350 synagogues where people gathered to be together and pray.
Thank you, and asking Ben to continue.
O God, remember not only the men and women of goodwill, but also those of ill will. But do not remember the suffering they have inflicted upon us. Remember the fruits you brought thanks to this suffering. Our comradeship, our loyalty, our humility, the courage, the generosity, the greatness of heart which has grown out of this. And when they come to judgment, let all the fruits that we have borne be their forgiveness.
Thank you, Ben. And I wonder if I could invite Paul, if you'd be happy to read the next passage for us.
No problem. So is that somewhere we should...
That is.
Yeah, okay. Somewhere we should sit down and rest, like runners after victory or defeat. We're no longer able in our hurry to tell when we overtake, when we fall behind. Somewhere we should sit down and wait for the pointer to come to rest. For a while down at the table window, listen to darkness, under the lights of the family circle.
Thank you, Paul. The last, the very last, so richly, brightly dazzling yellow. Perhaps if the sun's tears could sing against a white stone, such a yellow is carried lightly way up high. It went away, I'm sure, because it wished to kiss the world goodbye. The last, the very last, so richly, brightly, dazzling yellow. Perhaps if the sun's tears could sing against a white stone, for 7 weeks I've lived in here, penned up inside this ghetto. But I have found my people here. The dandelions call to me, and the white chestnut candles in the court. Only I never saw another butterfly, the last, the very last, so richly, brightly, dazzling yellow. Perhaps if the sun's tears could sing against a white stone, butterfly was the last one. Butterflies don't live in here. Could I ask Rosie or Jeff if you're willing to read us in the next passage by Hannah Senesh.
This is our legacy and this is our heritage, to make of it what we can. May the tragedy of our history not embitter our lives. Oh, sorry. Who are we up to? May it not crush us in despair, nor twist and distort our vision. For then those who died a martyr's death will have died in vain, and those who died as senseless victims will have no redemption. May the sacrifices mean that such terror and pain will vanish from the earth. May these martyrs give us hope and the life they know that knows no death. They are stars whose light reaches the earth only after they themselves have distinguished and are no more. There are people whose shining memory lights the world after they have passed from it. These lights which shine in the darkest nights are those which illumine us in the path.
Thank you. And as we come to a passage written about a place that some of us had the privilege of visiting in 2012 when we went to Prague as a community, I wonder if Ruth would read this next passage for us, The Wall.
The names of the 77,000 Czech and Slovak Jews who died in the Shoah are inscribed on a wall in one of the oldest synagogues in the world, the Pinka Synagogue in Prague. In a place of worship I know, they made a strange mosaic of letters, numbers and symbols. It was a mosaic of first names and last names, of Adams, Barbaras, Caris, Davids, of Emils, Rosies, Josephs, Sues, in short, of Jews. They all had a single gravestone in common, cool, smooth, scrolled with delicate veins. Not a single name had a flower. No little willows wept there. No one walked the path with a sprinkling can. Why sprinkle carved letters? Several times a lady came and searched the wall for her name. We told her, "Lady, this must be some mistake, you're alive. Look, lady, you've got turnips in your basket." But she kept right on looking for her name on the wall with a tiny, almost childish index finger. "I must be here," she said, somewhere between John and Joseph.
Yes, please, Sharon.
Let us then give thanks for the wise and noble of every age and people, who by their example and their words have left us guidance in the way of holiness, but above all for the prophets and teachers of Israel, who shine as the brightness of the firmament, and having led many to the righteousness, are like the stars forever.
Eli, Eli, shelo yigamer leolam, achol v'hayam, rishru shel hamayim, barak hashamayim, tfilat adam, achol v'hayam, rishru shel hamayim, barak hashamayim, tfilat adam. O God, my God, I pray that these things never end. The sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart, the sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart. Eli, Eli, shelo yigamer leolam, achol v'hayam, rishru shel hamayim, barak hashamayim, tfilat adam, achol v'hayam, rishrush shel hamayim, barak hashamayim, tfilat adam. Were we able to be together, there would have been an exhibition for us to look at that was compiled some 6, maybe even 7 years ago now for us, and that brings to light some of the individual stories of the families of Blatna, the people no more necessarily widely known outside their circle of congregation or friends than we are. And yet they too lived important lives, important to those who loved them and to those who were around them, important to their friends and their neighbors. And the story that they have left for us is a story told in Czech by an author who compiled it, and also told through the Torah Scroll that we inherited, a scroll that the Sofer at the Memorial Scrolls Trust identified as being written in about 1840. So this scroll, according to the certificate we have, and we'll see the certificate during the service tomorrow on screen, this scroll would be marking its 180th birthday this year. And as Nick was saying to us, what stories it might have told of the community, and whether it started life in that community or whether it started life elsewhere and then was moved or transported with some people to Blatna. And we know the last part of its journey was from Blatna to Prague, from Prague to the Westminster Synagogue, and then after some reparatory work from the Westminster Synagogue to South Woodford. And this is why now several years ago the Council of the Synagogue made a decision that makes no economic sense at all, which is that we should be paying for the refurbishment and the Soferet who is working on it to work steadily and slowly to restore the writing of that scroll, restore where it needs it, the parchment to be fit for purpose, the stitching that holds it together, and so that it can be returned to us, if not fully kosher, then as near to kosher as it can be, so that we may continue to act as its guardians, to act as those who keep alive the memories that that scroll has seen. The B'nai Mitzvah, B'nai and B'not Mitzvah, who would have read from it. The Shabbatot at which people would have been called up after they went on difficult journeys, or after they recovered from ill health, or when there was an Aufruf before a wedding, or such other landmark birthdays were being celebrated. And so we have that heritage to continue, and continue it we will. We're going to pause for just a few moments in our service to give people an opportunity to come to this Shabbat, end another week with each other, to talk about some of the themes that have come up in this service if you wish, or to talk about other things that have arisen in the week just gone that you're bringing with you into this Shabbat. And just before, well, in about 10 minutes, we'll come back together for our concluding prayers, which we may shorten a little bit as we have a full service this evening, so that we can end not too late. So I'm hoping that we will go off into our rooms to have a few moments of conversation, of meeting, to be a Beit Knesset, a house of gathering.
That's a shame. Never mind, be right back.
The only one solid. I know that's fine.
What happened there?
Now we're finished. It came up. Heidi ho!
Hello.
I exited my too quickly, I think, somehow. I don't know
I
why.
think we got pushed
You
out.
didn't. Everyone will be back in just a second.
Oh,
What's the
okay.
rest of
They're all coming back.
Oh.
You're all right.
button
Hi
somewhere
there,
along the
Sue.
Have you been all
Hello,
right?
I don't know where we are.
Days in April.
Oh, we're coming back.
What?
Oh, there's
Like,
Here we go. We're filling up.
weather in February is bloody shit. So March.
Yeah,
Hi, Marguerite.
flashing on. I don't know. It's all
Hello.
coming back slowly.
Okay, where we are.
Right, we're
Actually,
filling up.
I'm off again.
Mm,
I think I'm off.
all right, okay.
Oh well.
Mm,
Sorry, Tony. Everybody's an expert, but none of us know anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
But unfortunately, that's true of the scientists as well.
Well, I don't.
Welcome back, everyone.
Just gotta listen to them. Oh dear.
So welcome back, everyone. It's nice to see you have all come back, and we're going to move to our concluding prayers on page 520 in the Siddur, which Ben will take us to. And there I'd invite you to join with me in the first paragraph, and then we'll move straight to page 522 as we move towards the towards the Kaddish. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, la'teit gedula liyotzeh bereshit, asher sam chelkenu liached et shemo v'goralenu lahamlich malchuto. V'anachnu koreim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Shehu notei shamayim v'yosed haaretz umoshav v'karo b'shamayim mima'al u'shchinatu zo b'govhei maromim hu Eloheinu einod emet malkeinu efes sulato kakatuv b'torato v'yadata hayom v'hashevota el levavecha ki Adonai hu ha'elohim b'shamayim mima'al v'al ha'aretz mitachat ein od. And we move to the third passage on page 522 for this, the conclusion of our service, as we pause to remember those in our community and elsewhere who have died at this time or in times gone by. And we will also be adding other names to our list in just a moment. The growing good of the world is partly dependent on unhistoric acts, and that things are not so ill with you and me as they might have been is half owing to the number who lived faithfully a hidden life and who rest in unvisited tombs. Even when they are gone, the departed are with us. They inspire us to live as in their higher moments they themselves sought to live. We remember them now, and particularly on this Shabbat, we remember Alan Nathan, our member who died earlier this month and who is still in the first Shloshim period. We are still in the first Shloshim period of remembering him. And so our thoughts are with our member Margaret and their children Simon, Andrew and Louise. And we also pause to remember our member Myra Kelly, who sadly died in the early hours of yesterday morning and whose funeral will take place at the Western Cemetery in Cheshunt on Monday. And our thoughts are with her daughter Sarah and her sisters Rachel and Marion, and also all of Sarah's family. On this, the occasion of their yahrzeit, we also join with Elliot Herbert in remembering his grandfather Henry Herbert. We as a community remember Claire Goldsmith, whose yahrzeit falls today. We join with Viv Martin and Ros Small in remembering their mother Julia Feinberg, with Paul Ludwin in remembering his father Jack Ludwin, with Ros Bolt in remembering her father David Burke, with Sue Fenton, who is remembering her mother Rachel Sankin, whose yahrzeit is next Friday, and with Dorothy Goodman, who is remembering her late husband Dennis Philip Goodman. And first I'd like to just pause for a second to see if there is anyone who is remembering anyone else we haven't yet named and would like to mention them. But as we are also on this Shabbat remembering the members of our scroll community, when we have heard other names, then Nick will recite the names of those we know about who have died from the Blatna community in the Czech Republic. Sharon, you would like to mention someone?
My grandpa on my dad's side, Alf Greenhill.
Thank you for mentioning him. And Hava, you would also like to mention?
Jocelyn.
Thank you for mentioning her. Okay. And Nick, if we can come to you for those names, and I think Ben will share the listing for us.
Hanush Bash, age 22. Ruzhena Bashova, age 55. Emil Beck, age 73. Bedrich Bloch, age 71. Hedvika Blochova, age 63. Josef Drutzker, age 48. Zygmunt Drutzker, age 86. Emma Drutzkerova, age 65. Hanna Drutzkerova, age 4. Josefa Drutzkerova, age 42. Gustav Fischl, age 27. Katerina Fischlova, age 61. Arnost Gans, age 52. Yiri Gans, age 14. Tomasz Gans, age 12. Arnoshka Gansova, age 41. František Hayek, age 63. Josefa Hajkova, age 64. Anna Kletskova, age 60. Arnošt Korn, age 30. Pavel Korn, age 14. Otili Konova, age 50. Eva Sandova, age 22. Josefa Sandova, age 55. Pavla Weinbergorova, age 75. Anna Zdarska, age 30.
We take the memory of all those that Nick has named so carefully for us into our hearts, alongside those of our loved ones, and we pray that the memory of all those we have named will be a continual blessing, Zichronam Livracha, as we join together in reciting the Kaddish on page 524. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ba'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chaye chon v'yom echon, v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agalav vizman kariv v'imiru amen. Yehei shemei rabba mevarach la'olam olomei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'alei v'yithalal shemei dekudashah barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechemata. Da'amiran ba'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, huya aseh shalom, aleinu va'al kol Yisrael, va'al kol b'nei Adam, v'imiru, amen. Stuart.
Thanks, Richard. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Thank you for Nick and Rabbi Richard for leading our very moving service this evening, to Ben for hosting, and for all who took part. Tomorrow morning's service begins at 10:30 with a singing session, which on Zoom is always somewhat entertaining, to say the least, if not chaotic. And it follows at 10:45 with a family service led by Rabbi Richard and featuring with readings from the children and the family from the religion school. Sunday evening's quiz night is at 7:30 with Rachel and Russ. So please list your names on the list on the update. Every weekday, Monday to Friday, we have coffee mornings at 11 o'clock, called ELELS, very sensibly, for about 40 minutes of chat on various issues. This coming Tuesday evening at 7:30 is the first of our Hanukkah learning sessions led by Rabbi Richard, and this week it'll be talking about how the festival of Hanukkah come into being. There'll be another one the following Tuesday the 8th. So please try and enlist for that. You can register for those with the office. This Thursday from 12:30 to 1:30, Rabbi David will lead a lunch and learn session also about Hanukkah.
12:30, Stuart.
12:30 to 1:30. Yeah? 12:30 to 1:30. Yeah, okay. Actually, we have some remarkable Hanukkah ceremonies going on all during the week of ceremonies. There'll be candle lighting every evening, so please look out for that for next week's announcements. It's something really special. So I hope you can come to that, and wish Sue Fenton long life and everyone who's mourning. Wish you well. Take care in this as we come to the end of second lockdown. Take care, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom. Wish everyone well.
Thank you very much, Stuart and Ruth. Shabbat Shalom to everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Stuart. And so we can conclude our service. We come to a concluding blessing, which is the blessing on page 530, set to music by Dean Staker. The introduction is the traditional introduction to the blessing when it's given in the home. Yesimcha Elohim Ephraim V'chi Menashe Yesimcha Elohim Kesara Rivka Rachel V'Leah Yivarechecha Adonai V'yishmerecha Ya'er Adonai panav elecha V'kunecha Yisa Adonai panav elecha V'yas v'yasem lecha shalom, v'yasem lecha shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. And we move to page 564 if you wish to follow as we make Kiddush together and conclude our evening. Page 564. We're nearly there. Vayichulu hashamayim v'aretz v'chol tzevam, vayichal Elohim bayom hashvi, malachto asher asa vayishbot bayom hashvi, mikol malachto asher asa, vayivarech Elohim et yom hashvi, vayikadesh oto, Ki vo shavat mikol melachto, asher bara Elohim lasot. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, Bahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lemaseh v'reshit, ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim, ki vanu v'charta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol hamim, V'shabbat kodshecha, b'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-shabbat. Amen. L'chaim, everybody. As we conclude our formalities, please join with me. We say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom. Wish you long life, Paul and Sue.
Wish you long life, Stephen and Sue.